I am certain that I'm not the only person who noticed that Lute was frustratingly underutilized in this season, and that Abel was sort of just introduced here, didn't really have much going on until the end. They're both very underutilized characters, because in his first scene, I'm pretty sure one of the earliest things he does is point out the serpent pun in Serpentius' name, which knocked him down quite a few points for me. I thought that having that pun in Serpentius' name was, and when you figure it out, it's funny, but when you have a character directly say it, you take away from the fun of figuring that out for yourself. But Abel, I do like that he's written to be more passive and a lot more anxious in the decision making of what Heaven does as compared to what his father was like. It's a good contrast between the two, and it leads to tensions between him and Lute, which is gonna lead to something. Having him and Emily think that gift baskets will help make Hell not as mad at them, I think that's going to lead to a good turnaround in development for his character when he eventually realizes why that was insensitive of him, and maybe that'll make him mad at himself or regretful. I like when we get to see Lute with Emily and Abel tries to take both sides and they tell him to shut up. I think this treatment could develop into some sort of resentment later, possibly a misogyny arc. My proof, I'll have more on that later. Their duet together in episode 7 was good enough, although the second I heard Lute saying they're about to know who they're dealing with, I kind of figured that her presence after that was going to be underwhelming. That reprise felt a lot like a rushed callback to be like, hey, do you remember this song we had for this character and how much we were building her up? Yeah, she's gonna be in the ending. We're gonna do something with her. And Abel is there, like, being nervous, so, they remind you these two are gonna have some sort of role at the end. So what happens when we do next see them? Lute is coming down onto the bomb to try to stop the overlords from deactivating it, and she's ready to kill them. She has like a cool little villain laugh, and she fights with Vaggie, and she's like, I'm gonna take your eye out. Oh yeah, and also Abel wants to just get Emily and leave, but everyone is telling him, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. He starts to have a bit of a meltdown, and he panics, and this is where we get all of his character development, where he's singing to himself about the pressure of being a leader of an army all of a sudden, how he wishes he was the braver son, Cain, and wishing that he knew what his dad would have done, but he snaps himself out of it like, my crying isn't gonna do anything, I have to be a man, I have to do what I need to do. So he stands up to Lute and he tells her to stop acting out her own bloodlust and he tells the bitch to fall back. Lute sees a vision of a disappointed Adam behind him, and she kind of slumps over and she walks away sadly immediately. Which, having her resign like this, I'm glad that we got to see her finally respecting Abel's word, but I kind of wish that she had more of a role in the ending, because it really did feel like she just kind of came in, had a bit of a scrapping with Vaggie, and then nothing else. I don't know what the point of having Gravity here was to hype her up if there was going to be nothing that got taken further with her. She had so much anger, so much raw frustration that she was going to take out, and it was just, yeah, she's just going to leave now. Even in Vox Day, or Vox DEI, she was showing so much disgust towards him, just for her to slump away without bringing any hard rain down. I think Abel and Lute suffer a lot from a lack of screen time. Abel's development, like I said, just comes in this bit of the song, and Lute has a lot of build up, a lot of tensions rising, just for her to not really have anything going on in the end. Season 4 is the yellow one though, so maybe they'll have more going. Maybe Gravity was setting up for that, which is kind of a really long way to go, but maybe season 3 will just keep building her up and there's gonna be something massive that comes in season 4. And as for Abel, with that vision of his father behind him, maybe Abel will become a villain. Maybe we think he's going to be a good guy, but as he is forced into the role of being a leader for the army, he's going to think that he has to make more drastic decisions, or the exterminators, their attitude is going to make him act more rashly, and he's going to become a harsh person. And maybe, I don't know if Cain is going to be a character that gets introduced, but maybe we'll see Cain start off as a duplicate of Adam, and when he meets the cast in hell, maybe they make him a nicer person, and we'll see the brothers kind of swap places. Like, Cain learns to be a good person, and Abel starts as a good person, and he kind of gets forced to become a ruder, more brutish version of himself. We'll see what happens, but Season 4, Season 3, and whichever one they decide to focus on Abel and Lute in the Heaven cast, I really want to see Lute get the attention that she deserves, because I think she can have something really interesting going on for her. Also, in my Lute video, people did mention that Lute is more of a fanatic for Adam rather than actually in love with her, which I thought was interesting points to bring up. So maybe I'll have to revise my opinion on that, but I do like that view more, that the reason she's so in love with him isn't that he was good to her, but more that that was her life's purpose and she was crazy, kind of like a cult member or something. I do read everyone's comments. I might not respond to all of them because sometimes I just don't really know what to say. Sometimes people do just start having like more of like a personal gripe with me, and I just don't feel like saying anything, because then I feel like it's gonna turn into people just insulting more or like taking more personal issue with my content. I just don't really want to engage with that. That's why I kind of I don't want to be picky about what I respond to. I do want to talk to everyone about what they say, but there's certain ways. Sometimes it's just I don't really feel like engaging with. Anyways, enough of that. Thank you for listening to my quick little videos. If you guys want a recommendation for a video to click next, you should check out my TV head character video. That was a fun little passion project of mine. I want to start making videos of mine that I'm more personally interested in again soon. I have a pinstripe video, so yeah, those will be coming out eventually. And pinstripe one, I'm just kind of being lazy on making because I'm making so many of these and whatever. Like and subscribe. I'm done ranting. Bye.